Hi everybody, in this video we're going to be looking at how we can use the pattern tool to greatly increase the speed in which we can add holes to our assembly. So if we have a look on screen, I've got a plate with a hole in it, and so what I want is a hole pattern that comes around this component here. Now you could draw a sketch and draw all the holes in there. That's one way of doing it. It's quite time consuming, but using the pattern tool, this is a very quick and efficient way of doing that. So if I click on this hole in the model tree and then click on pattern, you'll see that the pattern toolbar then is generated, and what you can see here is there's different drop downs, so we can select different types of patterns. And so what I want to do is select axis. So now it's asking me for an axis, so that my axis is in the middle of this component. And you'll see here it's just assumed that I wanted 4 holes, and it's given us the angle between those holes. So what you can do is you can type any number in here. So if I want 15, I just press this little button here and it will automatically put in 15 holes around that center point. So if we click OK here, you can see now I've got my plate with 15 holes. So that's how we can pattern around an axis, but there are also other ways in which we can pattern. So if I cancel this, if I just right click, delete the pattern, if I click on the hole, again we'll click on pattern, and this time instead of axis I'm going to click direction. So this means that I can now do sort of square patterns rather than around in a circle. So if I click this plane here, it's now going to pattern relative to this plane. So let's add a spacing, so let's say 10, and let's say that we want 6 instances. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've got 6 holes now. Okay, so that's a straight line, so we can pattern along a straight line, but I actually want to carry on along this line as well. I'd like to come along this face. So I can add another direction to this. So if I click here, then click this plane, okay, it's going in the wrong direction, so I can flip that here. And let's change the spacing to 10, and let's change this to 10. Okay. So now you can see it's a very quick way of generating a lot of holes. So if I click OK here, you can see I've got a hole pattern, so we know the spacing. And then what you can do as well is if you highlight this, you can just mirror. So if I click the mirror tool and click here, click OK, you can see it's a very quick way of generating a lot of holes within your components.